Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me for another Tales from the Crypt review. Today it is Season 2, Episode 6, The Thing from the Grave, directed by Fred Decker and starring Teri Hatcher as Stacy. And I have to say, this is a solid, entertaining episode. It's not an all-time series classic or anything, in my opinion, but it is a very fast-paced episode that I feel like most fans of this series would enjoy watching at least once. So we start with two of our main characters. One of them is named Devlin Cates. I'll just call him Cates, and he's driving, and it looks like he's concerned about a lady. We're not sure who yet, and he's confronted by a man named Mitch Bruckner. I will just call him Bruckner for this review. And it turns out that this is about a woman named Stacy who we haven't met yet. We'll find out that these scenes actually take place in the middle of the episode from a timeline perspective. It's always interesting when a show does that, and I think it works pretty well here. So ultimately, Bruckner quickly shoots Cates, and we learn that Bruckner is a very nasty person right off the bat. And it's significant that this scene ends with Bruckner getting rid of Cates once and for all, or so he thinks. So then we go back in time to the beginning of the episode in timeline order, and we do meet Stacy, and she's a model, and our two male leads are there. It turns out Cates is a photographer who likes her, and Bruckner is her manager and also her fiance. They basically argue. These two don't get along at all, and Bruckner gets really angry, but you can tell that Cates has a connection with Stacy, and Bruckner just comes off as basically not a nice person once again. But Cates is very concerned about Stacy, and he offers her a place to stay. So Stacy accepts this offer pretty quickly, I have to add, making us know that things aren't going that well with Bruckner. She definitely has a better connection with Cates. And Cates gives Stacy this necklace rather abruptly. Everything happens quickly in this episode. I'll let you decide if that's good or bad. Not a lot of characterization, just from one scene to the next plot-wise. But this necklace that Cates gives her basically symbolizes that he will always keep Stacy safe no matter what, and they kiss. But of course, Bruckner, being the kind of person he is, he must have followed Stacy, and he sees all this. He's basically spying on her, and he's not too happy, so he's going to plot to get rid of Kate. So Bruckner puts his plan in motion. He basically calls Kate and tells her Stacy's in trouble, but he can't do anything about it because they're on the outs. So he basically lures Kate to help her. So now we go back to what we saw at the beginning of the episode. So we now understand the scene where Kate was going to help Stacy. So this was a pretty solid transition. I thought it worked okay here, although I'm not really sure it was necessary to show us this middle scene first, but it's fine, whatever. So at this point, we now know that Kate is a goner. So Bruckner basically confronts Stacy at this point. He tries to make nice, which we know as an audience is fake, and it seems like she pretty much knows it too based on her next actions. And she says, you know, if Kate cares about you so much, where is he? Why hasn't he called you or anything? And he says he loves her and he wants another chance. But we can tell Stacy's not buying this because she goes looking for Kate, but Bruckner finds her and basically ties her up and says now they can at least have some fun together. Like I said, Bruckner just not a very nice person, and who knows what he was going to do here. This guy's really sick in my opinion, but what more can you say about him? But fortunately for Stacy, she needs help, and you know, Kate is actually going to literally rise from the grave to help her. I have to say, this show really likes zombies, as this is two in the last three episodes, zombie stories that we've had. I also have to mention that Teri Hatcher is pretty good in this scene. You really believe that she's in need of help. So good job, Teri Hatcher. And then we get a satisfying scene where Cates does come up from the grave, and he basically goes after Bruckner, who tries to shoot him. Of course, this doesn't work. You can't shoot zombies. And zombie Cates takes care of Bruckner in a somewhat gory and pretty satisfying way, and he literally now puts Bruckner in the grave. So I guess things work out okay for Stacy. But the Crypt Keeper doesn't necessarily seem too thrilled with this ending, but you know, what can you do? So like I said, The Thing from the Grave is a pretty solid episode. There's not a lot of characterization. It kind of just goes from plot point A to B, but it's fast moving and all the scenes are entertaining, and the episode's fairly well acted. So I'm going to give The Thing from a Grave a 3 out of 5, and it is an episode I recommend for fans of Tales from the Crypt. So 3 out of 5 for The Thing from the Grave, and as always, thank you very much for watching.